We got Brother Depp in the house with myself, and we got to still say a prayer for Brother Just. He's recovering from his kidney surgery. Of course, missing in action, Lee and Coach. I don't know where they at, but we're gonna go on regardless. So here we are on episode 138. Men that don't work, don't eat. Woo! I don't know about that one, but because
It's a
men
Bible
do.
verse.
Huh?
It's a Bible verse.
Oh, thank you. Men that don't work don't eat.
Yep.
Because I know a lot of men that do know how to cook. I'm one of them. But let's go. Dad, are you good? You ready to go? Dad, testing one, two. I don't know. Maybe I'm just gonna be here on slow. Okay. Well, listen. It's been a long week. I'm sure everybody has a lot of things that they go through on a regular basis. It is stressful. It is um, it is a lot to get people to understand that on a day-to-day basis you have to reset your brain. You have to figure out who's for you and who's not with you. It's getting harder and harder only because there's a lot of things that people are not learning. It's one thing to want something, it's another when you're not doing what's necessary, you know, to earn or to work or to, accomplish that goal. So without no further ado, I just wanted to stress that out that sometimes we have to give grace because you really don't know what other people go through on a day-to-day basis. Some people struggle in silence, some people are loud with it. Give grace. Okay. I didn't say coddle, I said give grace. All right. Big difference. Learn the difference. So, Brother Depp, I'm glad you're back up again. Are you ready to shoot?
Hell yeah,
So,
man. I don't know what the heck that was. That cut me off. Probably because I said Jesus. Oh,
we're gonna dig into it. The top story of today, yesterday afternoon, a security guard that also works in the hospital. I think it was a nurse assistant, something, but he has two jobs. He decides to get off work in Brooklyn, go get himself a bottle of wine. That's very common for a person to get off work, go get a bottle of wine or some unload. Treat yourself. No harm and foul. All he knows is two cops come in there, one big one, one short one. They come in there, tell him he's under arrest, start tussling with him, throwing him around, punching him, kneeing him. Bottles break. They drag him from the bottles to the front door. They trying to put him in cuffs, but they too busy, really going overboard on how they was taught to arrest somebody. They did it with emotion. Very crazy. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Dexter? So these two cops are now going viral because they went in there, according to them, this is according to the police department. We're looking for a black guy with green shorts in Brooklyn. And they ran up on this guy in the liquor store after the whole tussle beat down, and I mean serious beat down. Blood all over the place, bottles broke, whatever. And they take him outside. Now the cops are playing victim, of course, taking pictures of their little injuries or whatever. Come to find out, the guy was innocent. They got the wrong guy. Whoever they was looking for, it wasn't him. It may have been another black dude with green shorts, but it wasn't him. So we went through all of that crap just to find out you got the wrong guy, and the cops are now stripped of their weapons and their badges. Administrative, internal affairs is involved. I wish I could play the video, but I don't want us to get us banned. The question of this whole thing. We've all seen George Floyd. We all seen all the, you know, illegal things that police officers do. Unfortunately, I'm not with the illegal stuff, right? Uh, when do you think? Because there was a lady that she's the one that posted it, the whole thing. She was trapped in the store recording the whole thing. When do you think enough is really enough? Like when is it? I'm gonna get in trouble for this. I know people gonna be shocked, but when do people, civilians, when should they intervene when a cop is going ham? When you see two cops going at it with this dude, punching and all this stuff, bottle thrown on. I mean, as a man, as a human being, when do you say, you know what, enough is enough before you kill this man or whatever? He's older. He's not no young boy. When do civilians get involved? When do they get in and say, hey, hold on, slow down? What you say, Dad? You think civilians should interfere?
Now, me personally, I feel like a lot of this shit is staged. I really do. It can't. This can't be real life because at the end of the day, my thought process is like this. I do
Hmm.
not believe that civilians who don't know the story should get involved because, again, you don't know the story. Now, here's the problem. Even if that man was a criminal and he did do it, he still does not deserve that treatment because,
Hmm.
again, the cops are not the judges. They do not carry out the punishment of law. That is not their function. That is not their role. So they shouldn't be doing this regardless on if he's innocent or not. Now, if this is someone that you know, it's a family member, or you kind of know him from around the way, you got a personal vested interest,
Hmm.
then yeah, I would say intervene. Now, I say this knowing I'm a hypocrite, because if I see this shit happening to anybody, I'm saying something. Me personally,
Hmm.
you feel me? But I understand that I know what I'm walking into. You feel me? I understand that there's going to be repercussions, but for me personally, I would rather face those repercussions than be the kind of man that would let something like that happen in front of him. You know what I'm saying? So this is one of those rare situations where I'm going to say, do as I say and
Not
not
as I
as I
do.
do.
Okay.
You feel
Okay.
me?
I
Because me
got you.
personally, bro, like I can't, like, that's just not how I function, bro. Like, I would not be able to see that. You know what I'm saying? Even if he was a criminal, I'm gonna be like, hey, yo, bro, stop hitting him, bro. Because if you hit him again, I'm hitting you, nigga. Straight up. And guess what? Ain't no judge in here. Ain't no lawyer in here. Nobody's gonna save you. You might not make it out if you don't listen to what the fuck I said to do. Because I'm strapped. I'm ready. What's up?
And see,
You feel me? But if
and this is
you
what
hit
I'm saying.
him, that's not the right thing to do.
I'm not trying to instruct or tell people to interfere with police business.
Yeah, because we
I'm
don't know what's
saying,
going on. We don't know what's
I'm
going on.
just saying, you have to understand that you see a situation. It's easy to hide your head in the sand than to come out. And the reason why I'm putting a question like that is because we got all these gang members, we got all these tough guys, we got all this crap out here. But when you see a dude getting attacked, not arrested, attacked by two white officers, one is Spanish, one is white. But you see two officers, regardless of their nationality, they're doing things that is against the patrol guy. They're doing things that is basically their own creativity.
Yeah, it's against
You,
the law. Period.
right? You at some point you got to make a judgment call. Like, hey, man, you're gonna have to whip my ass too, because I remember back in the day you couldn't do certain things without paying for it. I remember. I'm gonna say this, and I don't want nobody to think that it's any racial motivation, right? In New York, you go into certain Hispanic neighborhoods, you mess with one, they all coming out.
Oh, yeah, that's a fact.
All right. You don't see that too much in the black community, and that's the point that I'm trying to drive home.
Well, that's the
When you
thing. It used to. It definitely used to be like that. But at the end of the day, it's like we know the justice is not going to come from the system. So
mm,
what happens is you then start to create your own justice, but then what's going to happen? You're going to get labeled as a terrorist. That's what the Black Panther Party was, right? Let's think about what they did with the Bloods and the Crips. They originally
mm,
started to protect their neighborhood, and all they had to do was give one of them a way out the hood, a little bit of money, a little bit of power, a little bit of status, and now you have a system that was designed to protect being the driving force to the destruction of the community. So we used to have these things, but see, they're very, very intelligent. They've been playing this game a lot longer than we have. They have a lot more studies, a lot more research. They understand this on a deep psychological level. So,
well, I can't. No, 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 no. I gotta cut that. They haven't been doing it much longer than us because remember, slavery out time wise, slavery was around before the police department.
do you know
Would you
why?
agree?
But I mean, yeah, I would definitely agree. But do you know why police were created?
Mm,
A lot of people don't know this. Police is an American thing, right? Like British didn't have police. No other
yeah.
place had police. It's an American thing. It was designed to catch runaway slaves. That's what police. That's why the police force started was to catch runaway slaves. You feel me? All that stuff about police in the Wild Wild West. That's not what it was. There was a sheriff, but his job was not to arrest people and that like that. It was literally just keeping the peace. He was essentially like the mayor. It was the same job. As time went on, the roles kind of split. But in the Wild Wild West, when they try to tell you, oh, this is what cops are for, no, that's movies. Shit's not real. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Most of your education comes from film, which is fiction. But you see it so much, you think it's real. It's not. It's not real,
So
bro. It's TV.
so let's share correct information, right? We like you just said from slavery, right?
Yeah.
We're talking
Police
about
was
the
to
we're
catch
talking
slaves.
we're talking about the 1700s when in the Carolinas per se, when they was going out to control and prevent slaves from uprising. Then when it got to the 1800s, now we're talking about first Boston, then New York, then Chicago. They wanted to form an urban, way of controlling disorder and protect, the commercial interests and all that. And it was more influenced by the London Metropolitan Police, right?
Mhm.
Now we're past that, where it upgraded itself to because there's certain countries and certain places where police officers don't even carry weapons, man. You do something illegal, they run up on you with their little sticks, and
Yeah,
that's
that's
that.
London. Yeah, that's how I think.
You go to
Yeah,
jail.
London. That's the only place where everything gets strapped. In London don't even make sense, man. Because I actually had
So
a group
it's
of
just,
people from London
and
come there.
it's in some countries. In some countries, it's still like that right now. Unarmed police officers are out there, and it's funny. It's real funny.
Yeah,
But
because I mean,
I just wanted to share it because, like I said, the officers are benched. Yes, they got their badge numbers. They both have histories of assaults and complaints and use of force and lawsuits and all of this crap. But based upon what I've read so far, this might be their last rodeo.
well, here's the thing,
Okay,
bro.
if it's not, I'll
I'll
be.
There's only two ways to stop this. One, you make sure they can never commit any atrocity ever again. If you catch my drift, that's the first way, most effective. They just let's completely remove them from existence, right? And then the second way is it needs to be the punishment by the law needs to be so strenuous that they think four times before losing control. Because it used to be where they got a higher punishment for breaking the law. It's not like that anymore. Now
Right.
they get a lighter sentence. Before, if you was a cop and you stole,
So
if
it
a
got.
regular
So in other
person got
words, you say
7
it
years, you
got a
were
sense.
supposed to get 15. Now they get 3.
So
The
in other words,
punishment
it got to
is
send a message to others, a real strong message. The next time you accost somebody, be professional. Don't be quick to swing haymakers at them, punching them in the face, and doing all this, extra stuff because
yeah,
you
is
don't know
there.
who you're swinging on.
And even if they do, police used to be trained, and I say used to because I know a lot of cops, and they've
Look at
already
his
said
face.
don't really get
I
these
gotta
training.
show this. I need y'all to look at his face. This is some Rodney King shit. If y'all look
Yeah,
at the
his knee
screen,
was all busted up. Yeah,
yeah, man.
and this is an older gentleman again. So it's just like at the end of the day, as a police officer, you are supposed to be trained to use non-striking methods to detain someone. You are
Right.
a cop. You are above a civilian when it comes down to hand-to-hand combat. You should know how to
Properly
detain
trained.
someone without
Right.
striking them. All right.
So
That's the
I
whole point.
I've always talked about pressure points. I've always talked about how arms and legs, in certain part, you can control somebody. Swinging and punching them in the face, throwing them little cheap knee shots in their head and all of this stuff, and trying to break their arm or their spine or shoulder, that's excessive because it's not necessary if you know what you're doing. And I'm gonna be honest with you, there's something else that came up. Him being a security guard, right? Most guys that do any type of security related, it's their body already functioning on automatic when they feel pain or any type of attack. You understand what I'm saying? Their reaction is almost similar to, I don't want to, yeah, similar to even a cop. So for a cop, if he does his homework and know you're dealing with a security guard, you have to apply to him in a certain way because he's going to react the same way you would react because it's almost a similar type of work.
I
You're
mean,
dealing with, I'm
honestly, I
just,
think that's any person. Like your body, the human psyche is all about survival. Any
yeah.
person that you attack, they gonna defend themselves as they should. You feel
Mm-hmm.
me? As they should. They should defend themselves. So whether or not he's a cop, a security guard, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. As a
Mm-hmm.
police officer, you are charged with taking the high road. The problem
Correct.
is these men have no honor. They have no discipline. We're just hiring whoever the fuck at this point. You know what I'm saying? But they need to be better than civilians. You are a public servant. It's no different than back in the day. In order to patrol or carry out the king's justice, you had to be a knight. A knight is somebody of they're born noble. And it's such a funny thing because back then the people who was carrying the swords were of the highest pedigree. They had manners. They came from wealthy families. It wasn't a
Mm-hmm.
ragamuffin. It was somebody who understood society at its highest echelon. So they were respectful. You see what I'm saying? They knew how to communicate with you, but they also knew how to defend themselves because they were taught. So they had no fear
Okay.
of the public in a sense. They could handle everyone without backup. They was respected. Now cops are not respected because what is there to respect?
Mm-hmm.
You took a 6 month,
Right.
bro. It takes 6 months to be a cop. It takes 6 months for you to essentially obtain a license to kill.
Yeah.
That is insane. It should be a
Insurance punches.
4 year
Yeah.
program,
Yeah. And
especially with what's going on now. You mean to
and
tell
then
me I got to study longer to be an electrician? I got to study longer to be a plumber than to be a cop? Bro.
yeah.
That's crazy. That's absolutely friggin' insane. They need way more training. They have the
Well,
goddamn
I'm gonna
funding,
move it.
and they need to
I,
be the ones getting sued. When something like this happens, the public shouldn't pay for it. It should come out of the officer's pocket. We'll see how often they get into these altercations then, when they're directly responsible for paying for it.
mm, Hmm. Okay. Let me move forward because I don't want to stay on that too long. Just a little tidbit. Last week we ended the show, and I did promise that I was going to bring that question back because we didn't have enough time. So, after a breakup, what do men really go through mentally, emotionally, financially, physically, and spiritually? The processing and the frustration. So, we've all had our heart broken. We broke up with women, women broke up with us. Come on. I need women. I'm talking in a way where I need women to understand what goes through a man's mind. What does he go through when he's the one being told this is over? Or when there's a divorce and he's being told, hey babe, I served you with the papers or whatever. What goes through a man's mind, mentally, emotionally, financially? I don't think women, we know some women don't give a damn, but there are women that need to really learn and understand what it does to a man.
That's pretty funny.
I mean, come on. It's just some people never ask the right questions.
I mean, the reason I say it's funny is because we know better. In truth, they don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Some don't. I agree. Some don't. But there are some that I can say they don't know. And that's what I want to address real quick. Mentally, what do a man go through when he's broken up or divorced from his woman? It messes with him, his trust issues, his willingness to be vulnerable. It's like being fired from a job. You can't believe it.
Because
Come
I
on.
mean, honestly, I think a breakup. I mean, yeah, it is essentially kind of like
Yeah.
being fired for a job. But see, the thing that's funny to me about the breakup process, right? Because obviously, most of the time, the breakup will affect both parties, right? But the statistics show that women break up with men over 80% of the time. It's usually the woman.
Because it's different. No, wait a minute. It's not the same because women, when they divorce a man and they initiate, they already have it in their mindset before they even file divorce papers, alimony, child support, yada yada. It's already fixated in the mind what is normally happens in those situations. There's money on the rainbow when you got to go through court when you're getting a divorce for a woman. But when it comes down to men, not too many men is, I mean, we just started seeing it recently, but it's not normalized that men get child support and alimony when there's a divorce. And when there's a breakup, hell, you live in two different places or you just relocate or move. I mean, it's just going to cost you some extra money to start over. But that's dealing with the financial part of it. But also financially, he has to not only move out the house and leave the house to you, but he has to pay that child support and possible alimony. Or he got to go spend money to get a new place by his damn self. Anybody should know rent is not that, or mortgage, whatever. Sometimes it's not that easy to go from together to by yourself. You got to kick up.
I mean,
Come on.
that's the surface level stuff, right? Everybody knows it's more difficult on a man financially on the breakup because women are always incentivized to break
Right.
up. You have the image of wanting to be independent. There's, like you said, financial gain, and then of course you have the support of retards, i.e., other women. So what happens is you get played out of your position, and they fall for it every time. However, what the man is going through psychologically is completely different than what a woman would go through because, see, no one is going to expect the success of the relationship to come from the woman. The success of the relationship, 100% of the time, is always focused on the man. If the children are hungry, even if Even if a woman is single, if the child is hungry, everyone asks the same question: Where's the dad?
Mm.
Where's the father?
The
Where's the
father,
baby daddy at?
the
Right?
baby, the baby daddies, and I said this before. The baby daddies are the majority of the time the contingency plan to a lot of baby mothers. When, like you just said, if they run out of Pampers or there's no food in the house, whatever, pick up the phone, yo, bruh, da 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 da, and
Yeah.
it's not even asking, it's telling because you're the father.
And
Okay.
I know you have a topic related, so I won't get too much into it. But the problem is, far too often, it's not pamper money. It's not Pampers that they want the money for. It's money for their nails, go out with their friends, mimosas, Sheen. The money's not even going to what it's supposed to go to. You feel me? Because I need this because I'm a mom, and it's just like it's so sad that you would want to keep the child, but in keeping the child, you also want to be praised with for the responsibility of taking care of the child that not only you had, but you chose to keep, and you chose to keep away from the father. But you want to be praised for this stuff, and it's just a backward mentality. But men suffer far more from a breakup emotionally because again, they were always the solution. So imagine you're at a job, you have a position, right? You love your boss, you and your boss get along, you do everything for your boss. Anything the boss asks you for, you doing, and you going above and beyond. Anytime your boss has a problem, you are the solution. And then that same
Mm.
boss that you've committed everything to, you moved for, you relocated for, you quit your second job, you had a couple other jobs, you was a hustler. You quit all those other jobs, you spend less time with your friends, give up your hobbies because you gotta work, the job's important. Only 2 years down the line, or however long it is, that boss will sit you down and tell you, hey, this isn't working for me. You did everything that you could possibly do, right? But see, this isn't working for me. So you're fired. But you're not gonna get unemployment. No, you're gonna have to pay me now because see, I have to
Wow.
replace an employee. You know what I mean? I gotta replace an employee. This sucks for me, right?
Well, let me,
You
let,
built this little business that I have here. You built the business, so I'm gonna keep the business, but you're financially responsible for the business, even though you're not gonna have the benefits of working for me anymore. So you know what I'm
let,
saying?
let me tag some too with that so I can move to the next one because it's connected. Physically, because somebody asked me that in my inbox one. Physically, how does it affect you?
Well,
Your eating habits, your sleep habits
yeah.
changes.
And
You
that's
may lose weight.
oh, guaranteed.
It's, it's just another form of depression. So physically, it changes you.
100%. Unless
Spiritually,
right.
spiritually, and this is just like I said, learning, research. Most men, when they go through a breakup or divorce, the last place they go is church.
Yeah.
You would think they would go to church, right? Like women do. Women, when all hell breaks loose, they usually dabble in church.
You know why women run the church?
Mm,
Because church removes all accountability. Let me tell you what the church does to women.
mm,
Y'all, it's so sad. It works every time. Because here's what the church is gonna do. It wasn't God's timing. God removed him from your life so that way you can elevate. God is gonna send the right person. See, you chose him. You was only with him because see, you was ignoring God. God, as if you don't have free will. So it's easy for the woman to go ahead and run to church because the church is going to justify their actions simply by saying it was God's plan. I was just talking to her brother the other day, and I had to, verbally slap that shit out of him. I was like, bro, there's no such thing as a soulmate. You can read the Bible up and down, back to front, front ways, backwards, from the beginning to the end, from the end to the beginning. You will never see a verse that will even allude to God choosing your partner. Because see, you have this thing called free will. The Bible
mm.
doesn't say a man who finds his wife finds a good thing. It says a wife, which means any random nigga could find this woman. It could be you, it might not be you. Anybody can find her. See what I'm saying? So he's not going to choose, but that's what the church is going to tell women. So now the woman gets to go to church and get all the accountability removed while simultaneously getting the support of other ain't shit ass women. Because that's who's there.
Mm.
And here's the thing, I grew up in the church. My dad is an elder. My mom is an elder. My uncle's a pastor. I know it's a bunch of ain't shit. Nigga, I know. You feel me? I know. But y'all gonna pretend like that's not the case. And here's why the man doesn't go to church after a breakup in most sense, in most cases, because see, now to him, he's like, wait a minute, I did everything I was supposed to do. Because see, men, we're rule followers. We like order, we like structure. So you mean to tell me I was going to church with this woman, I'm paying my tithe, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and now I put all this effort into this woman just for her to leave me? How can God like me? How can God love me? How can
Right.
there be God if I'm
That's
doing everything right and this shit's not working?
that's usually when men start questioning their faith. Is when things go bad. Like I said, because you have to ask yourself, your wife, your kids, divorce, or your baby mama, y'all broke up. Yeah, your world is crumbling at that point. And I have to bring this up because I know how some people are. Welcome Wife Podcast and Shay and Dex and everybody coming in. Please like and subscribe. We're trying to get these subscription up. We love the involvement, the interaction, but we need some of your friends to come in here too and participate. That would be very helpful, and that would make us even bigger as far as getting messages out or getting perspectives from people. We learn from each other, um, and definitely support evolution. Without her, this wouldn't be happening. I have to put in though that when it comes down to the spirituality, we have to stop thinking that men are not spiritual because they're not in church every Sunday or because they're not memorizing the Bible or whatever. Men are more spiritual than you think because when things go wrong, trust me, they're trying to figure out how, why. They're more closer to God than you think.
They're actually more closer to God than women, because I would love for somebody to find me a verse where God is telling you to be more spiritual. He doesn't do it. He
Yeah.
doesn't do it. Like they forget that men were created in God's image. And the one that was tricked was Eve. And that's why God said the man shall rule over her, because y'all ain't that smart. You feel me? And I don't understand. It's like a woman will understand she don't know what she's doing, but because saying that would embarrass her in front of her friends, she would rather the beautiful lie than the ugly truth. And
Mhm.
it's not, they know it. They know it, bro. They know it. They're
Yeah.
not
It's,
women. I know I be saying y'all retarded, but y'all
no,
are not.
no, 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 no.
They're not
I'm
dumb.
gonna help you with that.
They'll be intelligent.
Listen. You know when somebody knows something when they go beyond being defensive about it,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
because you wouldn't exert that much energy in something being defending and always have a reasoning excuse for it if it wasn't true.
Yeah. I'm telling you, bro. They
You're
know it.
protecting the lie.
And
So
I said this the other day too on when I was on my IG. I said the number one problem that women have is that when a man tells them about a man, they don't listen to the man and instead ask a woman. That is the number one problem that women have. Y'all don't listen to, you're asking us about us. We're
okay,
telling you the truth. You would rather
what
listen to a woman.
are you saying? Wait a minute. I hear men say this all the time about women don't listen. Is it they don't listen or they refuse, they cannot, or have a hard time processing what they're hearing? Because
Nah,
a lot of times they hear it, but they refuse to, they can't, or they just don't know how to relate or process it to understand it. A lot of people don't listen to people to understand them. They listen, like we always say, to respond. So it's the processing that I think a lot of people have. It's a refusal.
see, and this is exactly why I love organized sports. right? When I play running back, when I play running back, coach said, listen, run when you get the ball, run in between Nick and Dylan. He don't need to explain to me that the reason I'm running between Nick and Dylan is because Carlos is gonna pull and lead me down the hole. I don't need to know that.
He
All I
didn't
need to
explain
know
why.
is I
Exactly.
don't need that. Women do
Exactly.
though. You see, women feel like they need to know everything before they move. And that's the problem. Men, we don't need all the details. That's what I need to do. Perfect. And we've seen it happen on Men versus Wild. We've seen it happen on the Survival Series. You put all the men over here, all the women over here. 2 hours and men got shit going on. 2 days later, women are still freaking confused because that's not where your strength is. As a woman, you shouldn't be leading yourself. You're most likely going to lead yourself to destruction. You're most likely going to lead yourself to failure because again, that's not what you were supposed to do. In the same sense with men, if you give us a bunch of traumatized kids, we're not going to be able to handle that because we don't have the same type of compassion y'all got. We're not going to feed into them the same way that you would feed into them and make them feel loved the way you would because that's not us. That's not our role. But that is why they say it takes a village. So if you think it takes a village to raise a child, where do you get off thinking you could do life by yourself?
Contradiction. There you go. Let me bring up the other one. Let me bring up the other one. Thank you, Travel One. We knew you wouldn't miss an episode, and all the trolls is welcome. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, in a way to connect the dots here with that last question, a mother went viral after she revealed she gave her daughter $48,000 for her birthday. Money she says she saved from child support over 11 years instead of spending it. That's very remarkable that a woman saved her child support check for 11 years, total of 48,000. And for the daughter's birthday, she said, "Here you go." All right. I applaud her. I appreciate that. I wish more women would do it. But the question is, she said it was to give her daughter a head start and teach her about saving and discipline. Now, the internet, of course, they split it up. Some people are praising the mother, like myself, for saving it. Others are asking questions about because child support is supposed to help raise the child while they're growing up. But here, the question is still here like, if the child support money was saved and given to the child, should the father be praised to help funding that $48,000 gift? Or was you so well off, why you needed child support if you was able to save it? That means you took money out your pocket to spend and raise and keep up with everything, or unless you had another boyfriend or help some other way. But regardless, you was able to save for 11 years $48,000. It kind of gives deductive reasoning that you didn't need it in the first place because the 48,000 was never spent on the daughter the whole time.
I mean, so in a situation like this, bro, I would call that, like what Lee says, it's a loaded question because in one sense, that was very wise and diligent of the mom to save the
Mm.
money, right? We're not going to take that away from the mother. On the other side, though, the way the money was presented to the child would say a lot about the mom. Did the mom say, hey, this is all the money your dad gave to me to take care of you and I saved it to give you a head start? Or is
Right,
she saying, honey, this is me. I saved the money. I
right,
did this for you. You see what I'm
right.
saying? The way she presented that to her daughter is gonna give me more context on which way I would lean. Because again, it takes a village. There is no such thing as an independent woman. There is no woman on the planet that's ever raised a child by themselves. Never. It's never happened. It will never happen. You got help from some goddamn word, some goddamn body, and
Right.
sometimes and far too often it's the government, right?
Mhm.
So in a sense,
All your family members, or
yeah,
some
friends,
boyfriend, or
some
some
random dude. paying
Right,
your light bill, doing all this stuff. You feel
right.
me? Like, shit, nigga, I was there. You feel me? I've done that before.
Yeah.
You feel me? You fall for the sob story. Oh man, the baby daddy
It's
ain't
like
shit.
it's like
Okay.
having awards. It's like having an award ceremony. List all the people that got you through the humps in life. That if it wasn't for them, you was falling. Really, we name all the people that moment when you was short or you needed a ride or late for work, whatever. Name all those people and give them an award because if they was not present, if they did not do what they did, shit, shit would crumble.
No, I mean,
Acknowledge,
you feel me?
acknowledge them. Acknowledge those people.
Yes, and like again, even with this mom, she does deserve a lot of praise because we also know a lot of these women be using their child support on fuck shit, nails, hair, going out, bottles. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, bro, like it'd be so funny. You be in a club, you meet a girl, and she look good, she look fine, she outside, lace front, nails done. You know what I'm saying? She got on Louis this, Gucci that, and she like, yeah, I got 2 kids at the crib.
Mm.
The fuck you doing here? With a section. You feel me? Like, bro, what is actually going on? Now, I get it, right? You want to live your life as a young adult. I totally understand that. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of dudes who would much rather be in the gym all day than go to work all day, but we still go to work. You hear me? We like the beach too. We want to chill too.
Let,
You feel me?
let me give because without our trolls, it wouldn't be fair, right? I agree that I'm very much saying that she did the right thing in saving. It was very admirable. I like
We
it.
both said that. No one is bashing
I'm
her.
not, but it's just the question is what what resource was she using to raise that child with in the intern? You understand? And let me tell you something. Women, what this is? I gotta. Women know how to make real friends. It's known. If
It's
only
great.
you saw this.
Women don't have no friends. They have
Is
great
it?
friends.
If women knew how to make real friends, and if there was a such thing as a sister code, let me tell you something. You really are living in delusion. Y'all really have more competition than anything else. Y'all fight more than men. Y'all fight more than men. So I can't really entertain that type of comment. But I am out of the sake of the show and because you're one of our loyal customers. I must appreciate you. Okay.
Bro said loyal customer. Look, man, we ain't selling nothing but the truth. All right,
Yeah.
it can't be bought. It has to be obtained for yourself. But at the end of the day, again, no one is bashing the woman. No one is saying that the woman did anything wrong, right? But the reason it's so impressive is because it's not normal. Now, ladies, the question is, why isn't this normal?
Wait
Why
a
are
minute.
more women doing this? That's the
Wait a
real
minute.
question.
This and you know what? I'm glad you said it like that because right when you said that, Travel is going to say black women have always been in survival mode and still keep it moving. Can you
Everyone's
believe?
in fucking survival mode. What you
No, you know what I like about that? You know what I like about that? Because it shows the comfortability of you flexing with survival mode instead of maintaining mode. You never graduated. You're
Mhm.
always struggling. But when did you get to stabilization where you can maintain instead of being stuck in survival mode?
They need us for that.
We're talking about third generation public assistant, second generation Section 8. When does it stop?
Yeah, they need men for that. But again,
Come
and this
on.
is why I keep telling these ladies, I don't blame y'all
Hey,
for the
Chase.
foolishness that be coming out of y'all mouth because unfortunately you were trained your entire life through TV, media, social everything
Come
that
on.
you have ever consumed in your life was designed to pull you away from us. Cool. I get it. I don't blame y'all again for the foolishness that y'all be saying. However, in the age of information, ignorance is a choice. We're all ignorant, just from different set of circumstances. But for you to be grown and still have the same thought process that they was feeding to you after you know about Jim Crow, after you know about the segregation laws, after you know about all the redlining, you got all that information and you're still falling for the same shit.
Mm.
I Who can help you? Who can help you? You feel
Hold
me?
on,
Like,
hold on, hold on.
what are we supposed to
Let
do?
me-
What you
I
want
didn't
us to do now?
I didn't
Just leave you
know.
the fuck alone? Like, what do you want us to do?
I know what exists out here in the last what 3, 4, 5 generations, history, but don't make it sound like every black family had, you know, crazy lusty uncles, male cousins, and other creepy boys and men in their family. That wasn't the case. You know that. That's not the majority. That's
Yep.
maybe your life. That may be what you read in the books that you limit yourself to read. And that's fine. That's your choice. But don't try to speak for everyone because a lot of people didn't grow up with creepy uncles, crazy, lusty, and male cousins and all that shit. And like I said, man, you never have a valid point. As long as I watch you type crap, you've never had a valid point. So it's nice though. Like I said, you're our number one fan. Um, or customer, either way. Um, I have to go to the next question because it's itching right now. And I appreciate everybody coming in. Change what's going on. Like and subscribe, please, because we're only getting better and bigger. Okay, regardless. Um, let's get a little bit intellectual here because this plays a role in some of the comments. It plays a role in a lot of people's upbringing. Oppositional defiant disorder. Let's see if anybody know what that is. Opposition, oppositional defiant disorder. Let's see. How does that mental illness affect from childhood, because you get it at 3 years old, 2, 3 years old? How does that affect growing up with relationship, raising kids, and general adulthood? Let's see if somebody in the intellectual comment section can relate to that question. Oppositional defiant disorder. How many people do you think have it? How many people don't know they have it? How many of y'all know if your kids have it? Please, let's look it up. Because I know most of the people don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. Oppositional, I'm sorry, tongue tied.
Oppositional defiant disorder.
Oppositional defiant disorder. And that's not man of fear. That's not no none of this put nobody down. We're talking about a mental health that is within the black community that nobody talks about, don't even identify, don't even know about. Okay, but they had it in them. Rather you're an adult or rather it's your children, it's there at 2, 3 years old. Come on,
Hmm. That's
this is
that's interesting.
this, this is why there's so much, you know, defiancy against authority, leadership, even interdependency. You may suffer from this undiagnosed and never went to got help. Come on, let's really get into it.
I just think it's so funny that all of a sudden every goddamn thing a person goes through is a mental illness.
No, but no, but let me do this. Let me do this.
Bro,
It
is
has existed for a long, long time. This ain't something that came out 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000. This has existed. Behavior disorder characterized by a persistent pattern of angry, irritable mood, argumentative, defiant behavior,
and you know what the number
vindictiveness.
is?
Hold on, vindictiveness towards authority figures lasting at least 6 months. It typically emerges in childhood around 6, 8 years old, sometimes three, and it affects a real good number of adolescents when they smelling themselves. The treatment usually involves therapy and specifically parent management training. Now let's take a vote in here. How many people are successfully completed parent management training?
See, the very fact that that's even something that's necessary to have is completely mind-boggling. Let me tell you where ODD. Let me tell you where ODD comes from. It comes from not beating your goddamn children. It comes from all this gentle parenting BS. It comes from every time the child cries, you want to go pick them up, making them believe that they are the authority, that all they have to do is let out a little wham, shed a little tear, and here you come running. You know what my favorite thing to do to a child is? Watch them cry. Just let them cry. Just look at them in their face. Just look at them. Just look at them. Because you know what? There's nothing wrong with them, but the child is testing you. The child don't know how the world works. It's figuring it out. And it understands if I have something that looks good, if I move my hand to my mouth, I can taste it. And if it tastes good, I can chew it. The child also understands if I hit this button, it's going to make a noise. And I like this noise. So then the child starts to figure out if I do a little wham, mommy's going to come pick me up. I do a little wham, daddy's going to see what's wrong. So the child is actually training you. But see, you're supposed to be the adult, but you're not. You feel me? And that's how these children develop this stuff because, again, it's a pattern. All patterns are learned behavior. And the only place a child can learn from is their environment. And guess who controls a child's environment 9 times out of 10? Ladies? Can I hear you, ladies? Come on. All the single ladies. All the single ladies. That's who controls the child's environment.
Now, this is a shocker. They say it's more common in boys and girls, though the difference may disappear in older teenagers, right? And you know, since it's also biological. There are potential imbalances in the neurotransmitters, family history of mental health disorders. All right, this is what it's saying. All right. It has been spiteful or vindictive at least twice within 6 months, argumentative, actively defying rules, deliberately annoying others, blaming others for mistakes, arguing with adults, frequently losing your temper, and being touchy or easily annoyed. Hmm. I heard of relationship PTSD, but damn it, there's so much that is connected to this when I read it. It's crazy.
I mean, it's all pretty simple, bro. Don't spare the rod and spoil the child. Teach your child up in the way you should grow, and when it gets older, won't depart from it. Now, it makes sense for a man to buck against authority, but that he only does that to his mom. We have seen countless videos, and I'm pretty sure every single one of you women in the chat, every single one of you men in the chat has watched a video of the mom saying, hey, stop, hey, don't do that. And the dad comes, says it once, and there is an immediate response from the child. Expeditiously, they jumping, moving, rocking and rolling. It shows you that the kid understands. But what it shows you is the kid ain't afraid of you. Why? Because you're always coddling him. He got you wrapped around his finger. She has you wrapped around her finger, and they know it. But they know they don't got that control with dad, because see, dad brings order. And this is why we're seeing so many emotional people right now, men and women. It's because of a lack of fathers. There's a lack of stability. Are emotions all bad? Absolutely not. Is logic and order all bad? Absolutely not. What do we always talk about? Balance. You need both. You need the masculine and the feminine to even make the child. So if it takes the masculine and the feminine to make the child, how the hell you think you're going to be able to raise it without one or the other side? It doesn't make sense. But when somebody tries to explain this and we tell it to you, you know, we're here, oh, women are great. Women are unique. What the fuck does that even mean? So what? Women are unique and men are what? Not unique? What the hell? It doesn't make any goddamn, like, what are you actually saying?
But I mean,
it don't make sense.
Let me point something out. This is why I said there is mental health issues undiagnosed. Even right now in the comments, I'm looking at it. You need both parents to balance two healthy parents. some dads aren't good either. Now, this is the point I'm trying to understand. When you make comments, since we know words have power, right? Why you didn't say some mothers and dads aren't good either? Because for me to
Well, they
watch,
do no wrong in their
wait
head.
a minute. For me to watch a video of a female holding a knife out in a Walmart parking lot to try to kidnap somebody else's child in a shopping cart, and right when she's about to, basically, she did cut the child. That's when the cops fired. When I watch videos like that, when I see so many news stories on the East Coast of women 25 to 40 all having relationships with students under 18, are we? I mean, I'm starting to think that y'all think that women can be better than men in everything. And by these comments, it's like you're saying women are more superior than men. Like y'all really don't need it. So I gotta keep bringing up, if you prefer a bear over a man,
Carl, this your
why?
fault.
I'm gonna keep saying it. Can any of you women? I would pay you. Please tell me, have you ever slept with a bear? Have you ever lived with a bear? Have you ever been married to a bear? Have you
This is
ever
your
been?
fault, Carl.
Wait a minute. Have you ever had a child by a bear? Because if you're going to use some comparison, let it be realistic.
No, bro. Listen, this is your fault. Remember, you told them that they could whoop a nigga's ass. You told them that they're just as good in the military when it
No,
comes down to physical dominance. You told them that Serena Williams is one of the best athletes in the world and she can
they
be anything.
are. I split
You
that.
told me that that boxing chick would knock a nigga out. This is your
But
fault.
that doesn't change the fact of what I just said. I still stand on that. There are women out here that are exceptional in certain things that surpass certain men in certain instances. They are good boxers. They are good at whatever they do. I have seen women.
They're
I
good
listen,
against other
listen,
women. They're
listen.
not good against men. They're
I
good
keep
against
telling
other.
you, I've hired women that I've watched beat niggas' asses. Okay, these are
How
women
much
that
it
work
was
for
a one
me
v
for years.
one?
Listen,
Was it 1v1?
all I'm saying is, when it comes to this whole men and women thing, I'm more about people in the black community learning interdependency skills, how to get along with others, how to qualify for what you want.
Look, man, I'm
Because
just until I'm blue in the face. Men and women were not designed to live alone. I
I
don't
know
care
you,
who you are or what you are. We were designed to live together, to cohabitate. But there's only one side who does not want to do that. So we know what the problem is. It's simple. It's always going to be that way. But here's what's going to happen. And I know
but
this
wait a
is
minute. But wait a minute. If we know in biology, we know that it takes the man's sperm, impregnate the woman, and that's how all of us got here. So what you're saying is, and I'm asking y'all in the comment, y'all don't like your father because your father's a man too. Oh, he's different.
oh, they don't want to hear that.
Oh, he's different.
Isn't your
Or
dad
wait a
black
minute,
man?
I'll even do one better. Your brother, your uncles. I mean, is
Isn't your dad a
every
black man?
are you
Oh,
being
my dad ain't
select?
shit.
Are
Yeah.
you being selective of what kind of men are men versus, as y'all know my term, dollar store dudes? Because it's funny how I've listened to females say, "Oh, I've been with guys with money. I've been around rich dudes." Then why your two baby daddies are broke? I don't understand it. You could tell me the glory story, but you can't tell me a pattern of what your reality is.
Bro, it's simple, bro.
It's not matching.
It's simple. Here's what's gonna happen. And it's already happening. The women with common sense who are willing to submit themselves to man, they're simply gonna get taken care of. And the rest of them, they're just gonna have to suffer and do it on their own. Because at the end of the day, right? Imagine this, right? Women always talk about the sisterhood. Who invented the term pick me? Women did. Who shames people for being sluts the most? Women do. You shame the good, you shame the bad. And I think it's very ironic that for whatever reason in your thought process, the woman could never be the problem. It's always there's no good men out here. It's never there's no good women. It's always he ain't shit. It's never I wasn't healed. See,
Mm.
and this is because once again, the very nucleus of that thought process lets you know you have no power. You have no control. Because in order to have power, it means you also have responsibility. Power is the ability to get results. So even you in your subconscious mind, you know you cannot get the results that you want, which is why you consistently blame everyone else.
Yeah.
It's
So when I
that simple.
so when a man is when a man is thinking or telling you that you don't qualify, stop making excuses. Salute super chat $20 from Wife Podcast, aka Stephanie. We appreciate you, even if you just love Evo. We still appreciate you. Thank you.
Ain't got
And
enough to pay the rent, can we delay the bills? Another dollar getting spent, another day to chill. I can't afford to play it safe, I gotta make a deal. It's gotta be another way, a Cadillac DeVille.
Thank you. Welcome back to the barbershop where brother Just is out of commission. Prayers to him to get over his, kidney surgery.
what?
Uh, Lee and Coach is MIA. What can we say? The show goes on without them. But this is where the brothers get together. We do share our perspective, our thoughts. We do come up with different topics, different questions, and that's it. You can learn from us, or you can ignore us, or you can be like some people that rather troll us and tell us how wrong we are. But it still doesn't change their reality that they're very frustrated and angry about. Because let me tell you something, it is messed up when there's nobody around to wipe the shit from your ass when you're sick. So if you don't plan ahead, you will be one of them people, and I feel sorry for you. Um, but I have to move on to the next question, so this way we can tame these people. Um, let's get to this one here. I'm gonna have fun with y'all. Most successful men have a wife, while most successful women are single. Anybody like to share why? Please share your perspective. Most successful men have a wife, while most successful women are single. And I ain't gonna tell you what one particular individual said about that.
I mean, that one is easy. That is super easy.
Mhm.
It, it comes down to men are generous and women are selfish. When a man gets money, the first thing he thinks about is how he can take care of her family. When a woman gets money, the first thing she thinks of is she doesn't need a man. It's
Mm.
that simple. And most of the time, when I actually looked into that, it's actually a false stat. But to entertain it, they're like that because of divorce. The richest women in the world are from divorce,
Mm.
except for like three of them. The lady who co-founded eBay, and then there was one of the ladies. I think she owns Sam's Club. But other than that, and then Oprah, look them up. Look up all the richest women in the world. It's from divorce.
Well, let's do it. Men are the loneliest, and men need women. Men are the loneliest, and men need women. Can you
No, no,
please listen, travel? Can you
we
please
want
explain to
women.
me
We don't need
why is
women.
there more single baby mothers than there is single men? Please answer that for me. If men were so lonely, why a man can have three, four baby mamas, two ex-wives or current wife, and the numbers is not. I wish you could go to math class. Men are not lonely. They're not. Maybe because of the ones you know, but I'm gonna take a stab out there that the majority of women, y'all really get frustrated and angry at men that have dick discipline, men that y'all can't get access to, or men that just don't think you're qualified for them. That's frustrating. It's like standing at a Chris Brown concert and he snatched five women out the audience and not you. That's what I'm listening to. That's what I see. It's okay. Men are used to rejection. So if you don't give him none or don't give him the time of day or give him his number, I mean, yeah, there are some creeps out there that are stalk you or whatever. But then you have other guys that'll be like, no problem, move on to the next. So it goes back to what you are attracting. What environment are you in to have more negative things to say about men than positive? Because the guys that I had cigars and lunch with and all of that, these ain't they're not the dollar store dudes that you're used to. They're the type that would tell you, hey, you don't qualify, and that's it. And you would like them because they got their shit together. They look good. You know, they just don't take anything and everything. And maybe that's what you like. You're so adapted to guys that take and fold to anything that got nipples on it that you don't know how to be around dudes that know how to say, you know what?
Now check this. Check this, right? This is hilarious, right? It says Chris Brown is a woman who's violent. Next star said, yeah, now they let y'all line up to kiss him and pay $1,000 for a kiss. This is exactly what Carl just said. You just proved Carl's point. Y'all chase
I'm gonna say this. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let
me go.
No, let me do this in dosage while it's fresh. You said $1,000 a pick for Chris Brown. Everyone from Cardi, Rihanna, you name any female. When did you ever see a dude pay $1,000 to get a picture with some female?
Exactly, but we lonely, right? And again, Carl, she literally proved your point, right? She made another comment earlier talking about the patriarchy created hypergamy. No, goofball, women created it because you're the one who choose. That's the man you want. You don't. It's like y'all don't have common sense, and then you're gonna bring up Chris Brown, which literally proves the hypergamy that women are choosing it, not men. Like we didn't invent that. Y'all pay your own ticket. You don't have to go see Chris Brown, but you go to job, or you ask your nigga to give you money to go see Chris Brown. So again, patriarchy. What? What are you talking about? Do you see how nothing you ever say makes sense? But I don't understand. You got to be a robot. I don't really think you're a human. Because most humans have this thing called common sense. They start to realize when they full of shit, like your own hot air. You know what I'm saying? You literally just defeated your own point in 2 sentences. How do you consistently humiliate yourself by proving to be a massive hypocrite? I don't understand that. That's crazy. That's impressive.
Women.
I commend you.
Wait a minute. Did you just say women who are broken by men have been manipulated? What is this? Why? Let me travel.
Hold on.
Travel like
manipulating men. They say men manipulate women like women don't do the same thing. Who pays for the first date? There was a video of a girl literally saying, "This I know why men hate women now because this guy took me out. He was a perfect gentleman. He picked me up. He opened my door. He bought me flowers. He brought me to a nice restaurant. And I'm sitting there eating the food, thinking in my head, this man will never see me again." And men are manipulative? Okay. You got it. Remember what I said earlier. Their brains don't compute. They don't think they can do anything wrong. That's why it's like that. Women don't think they can do anything wrong. Me and Carl have no problem saying, yes, ain't shit niggas exist. Yes, bitch ass niggas exist. But y'all refuse to say it again.
Say it again. We don't have a problem saying it, which is why most of y'all in the comments, what do I call ain't shit niggas? Dollar store niggas. Y'all know this. So how did y'all know this? That means for years. I got on Instagram a year after it came out, right? Back 2011, 12, right? Let me tell you something. I have seen more females than males put their Cash App up every time they go live. Now,
begging ass.
Come on now. Now we're talking about making money, real money. If we're talking about contingencies, stabilizing, paying bills, all of this, our kids and our lifestyle, there wouldn't be no reason for you to have a cash app on your page every time you go live. Just saying.
Now we should start doing that.
Just saying.
Bro, and it's like, think about this, right? Think about this. Right now, the number one thing that's creating women to be millionaires is OnlyFans, right? The patriarchy. No one is forcing these women to do it. They're doing it on their own volition. Ew, men are disgusting. Ew, men only sexualize our bodies. Yet and still, the same thing you complain about, you would use that thing for financial gain. There ain't no dude on the planet that has used being a Batiman for financial gain because we actually don't like it. But y'all will say you
No point.
actually don't like being objectified, but then that same person would then become objectified for financial gain.
Then put some clothes on.
It just don't make sense, bro. It's
I
just
tell you what. Let's see this. How many of y'all females dress or act like or represent like a Felicia Rashad? You think Felicia Rashad get dick pics?
exactly right.
I'm just giving you an example. Just I like the comment though. Um, y'all really blowing up these comments. I like it though. Um, Travel One, our biggest customer. I really appreciate you. Um, woo. Let me go because if I do too much, then I'm. But you did say something. When will black men promote purity culture for men? Stay purity or legally married. Let me tell you something about that, Travel. When men started coming out with this financial celibacy, a lot of women lost their minds. Financial celibacy. Y'all didn't like that. When I talked about for the last 2 years dick discipline, I noticed a lot of women can't relate because they don't know no men with dick discipline. Have you ever had a man told you no? I mean, you're butt naked, ready to go. You want that dude, and he told you no? Or do you go through extreme length to avoid being told no? Be honest. Be honest. See, this. I get to not the jugular, but I get to the heart of the matter because I'm seeing things that you don't want me to see, or I'm looking through things. Okay, I study this stuff. This ain't something I just blab at the mouth or what I go through. None of that shit. I I spent a great deal of years, decades, observing people for a living. I learned from observation. And that is the most valuable gift everybody has. Observational learning. It teaches you more than you think you know. But it also can stop you from all the trauma, headaches, and frustration. Just try it sometime. Sit in a park, observe people, and try to not profile, but
assess.
assess. Thank you, brother. Assess them. Work on that skill. You'll be better off at betting. Trust me. Take it from somebody that's been doing it for at least 3 decades. Observing people, behaviors, all of that. Mindset, patterns, outcome. I don't know how many times I keep saying that. But let's get to it, y'all. I really appreciate the comments.
Hey, at the
So
end of the day, if we call them
um,
people,
let me answer. We have to do this especially because some people like to be bigger than they are. So DJ So Lovely, you have a question that I would love to answer. Please, if our lovely Evo can post that question on the screen, I would appreciate it.
what's the
What is
question?
the I'm listen, Evo directs and I work with the system. Do I have Cash App? No. No. I don't need money I don't need to solicit money on social media.
Yeah, and here's the thing too. Nobody is complaining about Chris Brown. We're using Chris Brown to dispel the
Right.
nonsense that everyone in the chat was saying. Where you know, men are the bad ones, and men are the ones making all this bad decisions, and the patriarchy creates hypergamy. No, it doesn't. Chris Brown is a perfect
Yeah,
example.
because I'm gonna be honest
Men
with you.
aren't lonely because we're not paying nobody $1,000 for a goddamn picture, but y'all will do it. Y'all will ruin your relationships over a celebrity that beats women.
You said men start wars. Men and women can start wars. Do you have any idea?
Don't even get it, bro. It's just it's not worth it, bro. You can tell when
Oh,
someone
okay.
just doesn't know history.
What is the question that DJ So Lovely had? That's my main objective right now. I need to know what question did you have? I want to make sure it's answered. Since you're new here, and I know you want to get down with the get down, and I love the support. Rather it's to Evo or us or a platform, whatever. I appreciate it. But what is the question, Evo? If you can find it, please. I need that because
How
I
you
don't
know
want her to
you
feel.
ain't see it?
I don't want nobody to feel alienated, like they're being overlooked, ignored. I love to entertain when it comes to questions. I mean, I learn from everybody. It's called a subscriber, not customer. Please, I call them a customer because in all this time that I've been on this panel doing the show, I didn't see no cash apps from Travel One. So, Wife Cat Podcast, I know you like this whole sister code thing, but can you tell your sisters to put their money where their mouth is if they're gonna support Evo, who is also a black woman? Because it ain't coming to me. It ain't coming to me.
This
Like
girl
I
said,
said.
feel free to ignore me. You call supporters customers and thank them for super chats, but talking about people putting cash apps up. Now, here's the difference.
No, no,
The,
no, no.
no, hold
You
on.
wait a minute, let me understand that. Let me understand that.
Address
You're
it.
calling your supported customers and thanking them for super chats.
Yeah, read that to yourself because I'm going to address it, right? Here's the
Okay.
difference. Okay, here's the difference. If I put a sign up and it says, hey, give me money, I will give you oranges, right? That is me selling something to you. But if you walk by my store and you see the oranges and you like the oranges and you like, hey, I want some of them oranges. I didn't sell it to you. You bought it. And that is why when you go to Publix, when you go to a grocery store, what are they marketing to? Or do you just saw something you need? You don't buy the whole grocery store, right? Exactly. That's the difference between buying and selling. We're not asking you, we're not telling you, give us money because we're talking or give us money for whatever reason.
Right.
If you see something, you hear something, you feel like giving a gift, that's completely different. It's like a difference between the
Well,
offering and the tithe. The tithe is
well,
mandatory.
I thought the most I gave DJ So Lovely so much credit in my head of intelligence to understand the difference between a brand versus begging. Okay, Evo is a brand.
Simple as that.
Support her brand. But what I said earlier regarding Cash App, when people are on Instagram Live shaking their ass, that ain't no goddamn brand.
It is a brand. It's a
Come
booty
on.
brand.
What booty brand?
It's a booty brand. Booty,
Come on,
But look though,
I'm saying about people that are out here thinking they can solicit money off of people without a brand. They just beg it. Is that enough clarity for you? It's really it's like that dude when you go inside 7-Eleven and he open the door and he waits till you come out and ask you for money. That's what I see on Instagram. Ain't no brand in that.
I mean, look, it's no different because I was just talking about this the other day. I think his guy name is Marquette. He's already a multi-millionaire, but the way he has it set up is when he goes on live, if they want to ask a question, they throw him $20. Now he does, but he don't have his Cash App up. He just lets you know if you want to ask a question, it's $20. You feel me? And he's already a multi-millionaire.
Wait,
So
wait a minute. If you go to which is the same as if you go to the door of the club, you want to get in and party and drink and have a good time. It costs $20 at the door.
$20 at the door.
What's the difference with Evo and her ruling, her way of doing it? This is a brand. So all you women that are girl code and think we're bashing y'all, then I tell you what, you don't like what we're saying, support Evo, because trust me, I'm not getting a dime out of this. It goes for her brand, for the hard work she does to put this together. Every week.
Men are abusive and we use women.
Hey, man.
The patriarchy.
Don't let me call it out, because I'm going to say it again. I'll say it louder. The only female I've seen throwing money up here for Evo supporting her is Wife Podcast Stephanie. Now, you want to challenge that? Put your money where your mouth is, or stay in the comments and chill, enjoy. Let me get back to the show, because I don't like,
Bash nobody giving out cash apps, but a hit dog will holler. So I'm
let me create something new.
I'm pretty sure you got your cash app. It's cool.
Let me create something new. Don't start your selective sister code. It's not going to work. Selective sister code. All right? You support when it comes to certain topic, but you ain't supporting where it needs to be supported. Fuck out of here. So most successful men have a wife. I'm gonna dig that real quick. They have a wife because it's part of the structure, and the it is valuable in growth. I hear people talking about generational wealth, right? I understand that you think you can get generational wealth in your head because you have 2 kids, maybe 3, a baby daddy, and you're currently single or celibate or whatever, and none of your kids got life insurance. Sister, good luck with that generational wealth, okay? It's not going to happen that way. But when you have a partner and both of you are interdependent, y'all both contribute towards the relationship, which is bigger than both of y'all individually, and everybody is recycling money. You understand? Everybody knows how to recycle it. They know how to make it, not just spend it. That's what it's about, generational wealth. Okay? So men with the structure and the direction and discipline, they know how to do that, and that's why most successful men do have wives. Now, I didn't say they was the best husbands. I'm not saying they're, the best of the best, the bigger whatever, because money and status do not define a man. Let me say it louder. Money and status do not define the man.
Why you say that?
Because you can have all the money in the world, Diddy, and still not be the man that you should be.
That don't make no sense, bro.
Well, like I said, you can have all the money in the world, Diddy, Lil Wayne,
So, Carl, see, the reason that doesn't work is because, again, the women are choosing Chris Brown, a woman beater, a cocaine. So,
right. That doesn't.
But why though? Why? Because of status and money.
Right. So this is why I said it. If you take money and status, it would teach you how to bet better, because money and status is like a smoke
That's all
screen.
they care about, though. That's all they care about.
But see, and then you'll be baby mama number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10.
They
this
want
is what
that.
I'm saying.
Cardi
Listen,
B and Stephon Diggs. She got all the money in the world. She didn't need another baby daddy, but she did. Why? Because that's what they care about. I don't try to fight the system with these women no more. We gotta understand them. It's retarded, sure, but this is what it is.
If you want the Nick Cannon, the Lil Waynes, the Chris Brown, the Stephon Diggs of the world, be my guest. I'm not telling you what to do. All I'm saying to you is, when you're talking about being, I gotta watch my words with this ultra sensitive society. When you're talking about having your partner, because I guarantee you, those people I just named is not gonna wipe the shit from your ass if you're sick in ICU. They're not. They're not them type of dudes. They'll replace you the moment you sign in.
Every time.
All right? So you have to understand what you're dealing with when you're dealing with people of certain magnitude of money and status that don't know how to be responsible. They don't cherish and respect women, relationships, none of that. They think they can bribe their way through. And this is why I said Diddy first.
Oh my gosh.
All
You
right.
feel me? And then, bro, look, at the end of the day,
There's a
right?
listen. Don't even argue with me, Dad.
I'm
There's a
not about
lot
to
of
argue. You ain't
there's
even
a
gonna
lot of
argue.
dollar store dudes out here that are rich.
That don't make sense.
Oh yes, it does. There's
They're
a
not
lot
shopping
of
at the dollar store.
dollar store dudes out here with money and status.
So here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to do, right? Because it's about to be 10. We're gonna have to get into final thoughts. What I want I want you to actually list what are the merits of a man that does give him value. Since it's not status and fame, right? It's not money. It's not status and money. I want you to list what they should be looking for. Put that in your final thoughts. We got 3 minutes left. You know what I'm saying? We got 3 minutes left. And I'm not
Well,
about to impress Dapper.
I,
Can't
I,
use
I will
regular
make
people. You don't know
I
any
will,
regular people. I can use regular people, but you don't know them. So I can just make shit up. So we use celebrities because everyone knows the story. Come on, White School. I expect better from you. I expect better from you. You usually got more top tier trolling. That one was ridiculous. You got to do better than that, sister. Come on, man.
no,
Come
no,
on, come
no,
on. You
no.
gotta do better than that. I like White School,
Because
man. She's funny, but that one was trash. That was trash. That was trash. I ain't gonna lie. That was not your best work. Not your best work. But hey, we got 2 minutes. Evo, drop them final thoughts. It's about to be 10. We know you got stuff to do. You got to get the ladies to shake their booty and the men to spend their money. Mm, mm,
listen,
mm,
listen.
mm.
I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead, Evo
I'm
DJ. I'm
sorry.
gonna
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but we still have 30 minutes. We're too early.
She said 10 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Oops. My
Man, be
bad.
smoking that good
My
shit.
bad. Yeah. Well, before we wrap up the final thoughts, thank
Here
you.
we go.
Um, just that last part, why most successful women are single. I'm sure the comment section will be able to tell us why successful women are single.
Ask them. It's tons of successful women in the chat. Pretty sure they're
Is
gay.
there any successful women in the chat
Oh,
that is single that can really answer this question honestly? Why? Because there's a lot of rich men that you could have got with, handsome dudes. Why? I forgot they're married. Oh shit. But yeah,
mm,
anyway, please. I always thought that the reason why is because women with money versus men with money, like you said earlier, men are all about what they can take care of, right? Where women are like, hey, I got payday. I don't need you. I can do everything on my own. I can rent you. I can buy you. And this is why so many women with money, women over 40, this is why they're going for that younger dude they can manipulate with that PlayStation because they can still maintain control. It's all about control. So I'm thinking that women single that are successful, it's all about control. They want to dominate. They want to be like their counterparts, the successful men. They're just not getting married. So enjoy Oprah. Good luck to that. All right. Everybody, I think, do want to be like Oprah and don't know how to get there, or
yeah.
they're too lazy to really go through the mud like she did. I don't think y'all want to be around them white guys because Oprah was around Epstein. So I see why a lot of y'all was, falling off from Oprah. Y'all used to be rooting for her. Now it's like y'all don't really talk about her much. Damn. So much for that. All right, freak it. Let's go. Um, oh, you have options. That is so funny. I was waiting for that. So women, y'all think y'all have options because y'all don't understand that just because men give you attention or may deem you fuckable doesn't mean you're keepable. This is why they don't mind entertaining you, but they're not marrying you for its a organic reason. You're talking about guys that's marrying you or proposing to you because they need citizenship or because they need a place to stay or maybe they just not that bright upstairs. I don't know. But please tell me. I really like to learn. Most people are average. I guarantee you, most people are average. But I need to know. It's not an assumption. You don't know anything about deductive reasoning? No, I guess not. Success is subjective. Thank you. I
Not. No,
knew
it's
you
not.
was a small person.
No, it is
Thank
not.
you.
No, it is not.
No, it is.
I swear everything is fucking subjective. Success is not subjective, bro. It's
Listen.
not. It's
And
an
for what? Listen.
actual thing. It's tangible. It's not.
Listen.
Listen, bro. It's simple. It's simple. It's simple. Is your car paid off? No, you ain't successful. Your house paid off? No, you're not successful. It's a simple thing.
That's what makes it. That's what makes. Hold on. That's what makes it subjective. And I'm trying to help you because if you rich, you still got payments. If you broke, you still got payment. So it's subjective on what level.
Bro, see again, that the reason why that cannot make sense because then by your definition, there are people in the world that all have a different walks of life, right? You have nothing to measure success by if it's subjective.
It is subjective because guess what? A person can be content with their little $50,000 in the bank, their 501.
That doesn't mean they're
Listen,
successful.
it's
Successful means
subjective.
completing a task.
Listen,
If you don't complete it, you were not successful. It
Dapper, I have to argue this point. It is definitely subjective because now you cannot challenge what another person is content with. If I'm content
and success is different.
It's not.
Not being successful.
Listen.
What are you talking about?
Listen, am I successful? Yes. Why? Because I don't have to worry about money for the rest of my life. However, I don't want to be rich either. But I'm average.
I ain't gonna lie, you sound retarded.
I am part of the subjective rule.
Carl, that makes no sense.
It is.
Listen to me. The definition of success is accomplishing an aim.
Exactly. If you have listen, I'm going to agree with that. If you have a prosthetic leg, that is successful because you're able to walk around.
Bro, listen to me. Okay?
You can't
open for interpretation. Let me ask you a question, right? Can I say that a person is unsuccessful because they have a prosthetic leg?
They're successful because they
have. Can I say they're unsuccessful for having a prosthetic leg?
They're unsuccessful if they never work hard to walk.
I'm saying
you're not listening to me,
Carl, because you're not answering. Listen to my question.
The unsuccessfulness. Let me give it to you. The unsuccessful to success is when you're not working hard to complete or overcome. That's the whole purpose of success. To overcome.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, right? If I want to win a gold medal, okay, and I win second place, was I successful?
No.
Thank you, Carl. It is not subjective. It might look different for everyone.
It'll always
but
be
it's not subjective. It is a fixed point.
Let me tell you why. And this is why I didn't go in on DJ Love, because she is a very intelligent person. I have been on lives with her. I know she has a brain. There are many people that are wealthy and unhappy. We've seen it. Look at Will Smith and Jay. Hold on. Let's look. Hold on. Hold on. Dapper. Look at Will and Jada. There are many people that are wealthy and unhappy.
Carl, other people who
are broke people. Listen, man. There are broke people and they're extremely happy. You know why? Because they're not measuring their happiness based on money and materialistic things or status. They are peaceful
and content. A man who can't feed his family who's happy?
Listen.
Shut that shit all the way up. Y'all,
no, you can't. You can't.
I don't give a fuck.
You just interrupt.
You are retarded.
Dap, you just interrupted the point.
Unsuccessful people who can't feed their kids that's happy?
Dapper, there are people right now making 30 grand a year. They are happy that their family is together. They're healthy. Listen, man. Why don't
Is
you
there a
listen?
broke person who cannot feed their kid that's happy?
You're doing the exact same thing that you say about women. You're not listening because you're not processing what I said.
Can you answer the question? Do you know somebody who cannot feed their kids who is happy? Yes or no, bro?
Yes.
You know somebody who can't feed their kids?
There are a lot of people out here that are living paycheck to paycheck. They cannot feed their family. They're trying to figure out how they're going to keep up with the basic necessity, but they're happy. They're happy.
That's exactly why niggas is broke now.
Can I finish?
Shit.
Can I tell you why they're happy?
Y'all can keep that.
They're happy because I've always said to people, and Stephanie, Evo, they heard me say this more than once. It can always be worse. There are people suffering worse than you.
Carl, but this is exactly why success.
So that is why success is I'm not doing worse than people less than me.
That is not what success is, Carl. I don't give a listen. If I wanted to win a gold medal, I don't give a fuck who was in 4th place. I won a gold medal. I don't give a damn.
Listen, that's your ego. That's your ego. But you know what? I like what Shay did. Another intelligent woman. I love this. People choose to leave their $250,000 a year job just to live in a tent, just to live in an RV off the grid. These were lawyers, doctors, nurses, all kinds of people, all walks of life, decide to sell it all.
So funny when people
get rid of it all and live off the land. Is that successful to you? Yes, it is.
Success, the definition of successful is accomplishing an aim or purpose.
There you go.
Objective because it is a clear goal.
Who the fuck is anybody? Oh, Dapper, you just said it. Who the fuck is anybody to determine what is making someone happy or accomplish?
Carl, see, this is what I hate, bro. When you let these women get in your fucking head.
This is why
the word does not include happiness.
Let me tell you something.
Is not in the definition of success.
You watch way too much Miami Vice. You've been in Florida too long.
Bro, let me tell you again.
I'm telling you, you've been in Florida too long.
Tell me what you think I'm communicating to you.
Let me tell you something. Money and status, Epstein, Diddy, Trump. There's so many people. Money and status are the worst people in the world.
Okay, that means nothing.
Mental health.
Let me ask you a question. So wait. So let me ask you a question, right? Because I'm the worst person in the world, does that make me unsuccessful?
Yes.
Carl, do you see how that makes no fucking sense?
You know why?
If I'm the worst person in the world, but I won a gold medal, am I unsuccessful? Listen,
fuck the gold medal. There's nothing worse than a rich man with money. There's nothing worse than a rich man with monetary and materialistics, but he's broke mentally. He's broke mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Yes, that would be a fucked up man. He should never be married. He should never get no pussy. Why? Because he's not completed.
Yet they do, and yet they are. Do you not understand, bro? Do you not see how you're destroying your own argument?
I'm not. I'm not because I've seen them.
Subjective means interpretation. If I say my job is to make $35,000 a year, am I successful?
I don't care if you make $1 million a year.
Answer the question.
If your listen,
my goal is to make $35,000 a year, and
it doesn't matter how much. It doesn't matter how much you make.
Carl, listen to the question. I just need you to answer yes or no. Let's do this game. We're gonna play yes or no. If my goal is to make $35,000 a year and I make $35,000 a year, am I successful?
Congratulations, you accomplished your goal.
Am I successful?
And if that's what you're content with, yes.
Carl, so if I say my goal is to make $35,000 a year and I make 27, was I successful?
You didn't meet your goal, no.
Okay then. So again, what
But
we're arguing is success subjective?
I love how
Let's look at the word subjective.
I love how you try. I love how you try to do that.
What do you mean
Because
try?
listen. I agree with you 1,000%. You did not succeed your GoFundMe of $30,000. You only raised 27, but you were still successful because you raised more than what you started with to at least put a dent in your goal. You made effort, but guess what? But guess what? But guess what? Guess what? On an individual level, I would say you're successful because
no, that is not
I
how
would say
this works.
I would say you're successful.
No, you're not. You failed.
Can I? No, you didn't fail. You didn't fail.
You failed. You didn't reach your goal.
No, failure is when you don't apply effort and you don't work hard. That's failure.
Carl, let me ask you a question, bro. If some nigga slapped my girl and I tried my hardest, but this nigga beat my ass.
I like how you said that.
Girl, was I successful?
I'm sorry. I gotta apologize to everyone in the comments. You're right. There is a difference between personal success versus a goal, because a goal is what you describe. A personal no. I gotta listen. Listen. I told you from beginning. I learned. Listen. I learned from everybody.
Y'all don't.
And when I read the comment, there are certain things that trigger me to remember things that I learned before or that I didn't realize. This is why we have this. You're right. Personal success is an individual thing. It's not a goal. Personal success. Hold on. Listen. Personal success. Personal. I think I'm successful because there's 3 cars in my name. I have 2 residents. I own a boat. I don't have to worry about money for the rest of my life. But listen. That's personal success to me.
So what's actual success?
However, I also recognize and understand there's guys out there with way more than I do.
Carl,
and that's cool.
Success?
I just said to you, there's a difference of personal success.
Okay, what's the difference? What's the difference between personal success and actual success?
What do you mean? What are you talking about? Actual success,
Carl? Because you said there's a difference between personal success
and a goal.
Bro, y'all were talking. Listen to me, bro.
There's a difference between personal.
Means because guess what? Or influenced by personal fucking feelings or opinions.
Let me use it. Hold on.
Point.
Hello. Can I use matter? Let me use it in a language that I know you're allergic to. It's just like a woman. Just like a woman. Personal success is when you're married, you got that wife. A goal is when you just out here getting as much pussy as you want.
Carl, you see
the difference now?
Have a goal to be married. You see how
I just said to you, there's a person.
Bro,
see, you're not going to justify that bullshit. There's a personal success that a man has when he can say, I have my wife, we've been married for 10, 20 years. I'm successful because I don't have to look for another.
Carl,
but there's another guy out here. There's another guy out here that thinks he's successful. Hold on. There's another guy out here on the flip side that thinks he's successful because he can get 20 chicks and fuck them all.
Carl, do you not see how you're using retarded reasoning, right? And
no, I'm not.
No, I'm going to explain it to you.
Educational success, physical success, health. I love this.
Give me 60 seconds. I'm going to explain to you how what you said is retarded, okay?
That's why, hold on, Bugatti. This is why we're in this debate because we all agree except him that success is subjective.
No, it cannot be subjective. It cannot be because success is I'm going to read you the fucking definition of the word success. Successful.
He's still got a little
and aim or a purpose, aim, fixed point, laser beam focus, no deviation. That's what aim means.
So
Now
listen.
let's listen to the word
No,
subjective.
hold on. I'm gonna use
Subjective.
somebody you know. I'm gonna use somebody you know.
No,
DJ
Carl, we're gonna
Khaled.
hit. No, we're gonna let the words define themselves. You can see y'all are retarded. Y'all are actually fucking retarded. You're saying
But you're
that
saying the wrong thing because
a man
guess
who has
what?
a wife is successful, but a man who has a goal to fuck 10 bitches thinks he's successful. That was his goal. And if it was his goal, I mean he succeeded.
Okay, so he think he's successful because he got a lot of money. Hold on. Dapper. He got all the money in the world. He's rich. Listen, he's rich as hell. Everybody knows him. You think he's successful. He's still got a little dick, ED, and heart problem.
See, do you see what you're doing? Do you see what you're doing?
This is what I'm trying to tell you.
He's successful. One point you're saying he's thinking, but then for the other one, you're making it sound like, oh, it's just a guarantee. And this is why we're going to end the debate. Forget the definitions, because clearly y'all can't focus long enough to hear the actual definitions of words, right? Y'all can't focus long enough. This is how you end the debate, Carl. Tell me the difference between personal success and success.
Personal success, as I said, is what you're content with as an individual. Okay? It's the same thing as I told my father before he died. I'll play the lottery, but if I ever win the lottery, I would keep only 5 million and the rest I would give away. Why? Because I don't want to be rich. I just want to be content.
Carl, if you have $5 million, you are rich. That's retarded.
No,
now, tell me what regular
success is. See, you can't tell me that. You can't tell me that.
You know why I can? Because the definition of rich, based on average, there's a fucking number for it, Carl. It's like 230,000. You're now at the 1%, which means you're rich. You don't get to define that, Carl.
Listen.
I'm not rich because I got 10 million.
You know what?
No, that's not how that works.
You're really embarrassed.
Works, Carl.
At 40 years old, you're embarrassing me because you was around when Good Times was on air. And guess what? Guess what? If you learned anything from your childhood or growing up,
bro.
Well, listen. One thing that you should have picked up along the way,
bro,
is called an objective. Right. Thank you. He's talking about objectives. I know what he's talking about. Goal. What I'm trying to get him to understand, when we all watch Good Times growing up.
Carl, get away from that. This is the problem, bro.
It was the same.
Carl, listen.
No. I need you to understand something.
I asked you what the difference between.
You're running from my answer. You're really running.
Carl, we're not running. We're not running.
You are running.
All right, you know what? I'm going to answer the question for you, Carl. I'm going to answer the question for you. I want you to ask me, what's the difference between personal success and success? Ask me the question.
One is personal contentment, individual, personal content. I am content with what I got. I don't want nothing more.
So what's
now, the other one is now what you're calling a goal. You want more.
I'm done.
You want more.
I'm done. Carl, you don't know the answer because the words are the same.
No, they're not the same. They're not.
Mental gymnastics.
Listen, you cannot tell me.
Mental gymnastics.
They cannot be the same because a personal is a choice. A personal
goals choices. You ever seen a goal that wasn't a choice?
That's up to you though.
What are you talking about? Carl, that's what it means.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
Watch this. Watch this. We're gonna look up the word goal.
You want to play word games now?
Well, because the definition of words matter, bro. And this is the thing. Y'all want to run away from the definitions of world. Y'all want to make it seem like I'm retarded, I'm crazy, and y'all are not looking at the fucking definitions. Y'all don't operating on feelings. I feel like goals work. No, they have actual definitions.
You see what I see in the comment. We gotta go. But listen.
I told you to leave.
All right, I just saw 10:15. Knock it off. Oh, bird brain. Goddamn bird brain.
I'm glad that you realized that.
Oh, Lord. Anyway, let's go to the final thoughts, please. Thank God I only smoked one cigarette.
Yo, put me on, bro. Oh, my goodness.
Final thoughts time. Let's do it.
Final thoughts. We're gonna make this.
Dap, you take the mic.
Yeah, let's go, Evo. Put me up there, man. Final thoughts. We're gonna make this easy, man. Jesus Christ. I don't understand this world that we live. Well, it makes sense because. So here's the final thoughts, man. All right. I don't even need to. Yeah, okay. She about to do a little thingy thing.
That's what you gotta do. Interrupt.
All right, listen, man. Final thoughts. This is my final thought. Accomplishing an aim or purpose. The definition for the word successful. The object of a person's ambitions, efforts, an aim or desired result. That is the word goal. A similar word to the word goal is aim. Aim is used in both definitions. It's the same goddamn word. The word subjective, which I love to throw around so much, is based on an influenced by personal feelings, taste, or opinions, not facts. It is goals and success are based on facts, an aim, a fixed point, something constant that is not going to change. Feelings change, taste changes, opinion changes. So when you're going to speak, especially with a nigga like me, we're going to use the proper definitions of words, or else you will be understood as retarded. Stay dapper, always dangerous. Y'all be good now, okay? And stop using words you don't know the definition of. Call, it's your turn.
Oh gosh. Help this brother, Lord.
Sick of y'all, man.
Help this brother, my Lord. I love life. I love the fact that we have evolved in life, right? We have seen them take a bottle opener and put it together with a wine cork. And now it has a new definition. Even though it does more than one job, it has a new definition. I'm saying that because you can take one word and put it with another word, and now it has a different intention of what it means.
That's retarded.
All right. So thank you for the lesson in education, school, wording, English language, and so forth, because Ebonics is still evolving just the same. Let's get to the bottom line. Episode 138, Men That Don't Work Don't Eat. Bible verse. Thanks. The bottom line is what you're content with is what you make yourself happy with. And no one can tell you different. If you want to sit in your house and eat cat food, be my guest. Hey, if you want to make 20 grand a year, salute. You know, you don't have to be rich. You don't have to be rich. But if you are rich and, elevated in your job, title, status, everybody in your borough or state know you, you could be running for mayor, that's salute to you. I've always said the best way to measure your success is the respect that your children voluntarily gives you. Because if they don't respect you, you're not successful. Okay? Remember, they're learning from you. You can be the biggest drug dealer in the world, making all this money. That does not mean you're successful. It just means that you're a better hustler than the street guy. But that does not mean you're successful. Because, as Dapper kind of went into, success can be earned, given, or taken away. But the only success is what you cannot take away from a person. And that's your heart, your intentions, and your connection to the man upstairs. That seems like success to me. Your relationship with the man upstairs, your intentions, your heart. Hey, because ain't nothing worse than having a birthday party with 50 people there, and then when your funeral comes, there's only 4 people there. So how successful was you again? Never mind. Salute. I want y'all to stay safe out here. It's getting crazy. Come back. Bring some friends. Male, female, come on. Only men can be on the panel. But come on back, like, subscribe. We enjoy you. We're all learning from each other. Welcome to the barbershop. Salute. Hey, no, remember Fonzie? Hey, fuck yo.
That was well done, Carl. That was well put together. Very well put together.